Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Aisle. I'm your host, Nikki Wolf, and as you can see, today we are talking everything immunity. So really getting a deep dive into what the immune system is and what does boosting my immunity actually mean and how we can practically do that. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, you might be asking yourself, you walk into a store or a customer walks in and I'm looking for something to boost my immunity. But what does that actually mean? Boost my immunity. If you had to define it, would you know what to say? And so let's answer that question for you. There are 5 main immune cells in the body, and this is what we're going to focus on. What we're talking about when boosting the immunity, we're talking about boosting these cells, not just the cells, the amount of them, the activities that they perform, the efficacy of them. We really want to ensure that we're building that up. So we're going to go over these cells. You don't need to memorize it, but just I want you to take away the main premise and the functions of what they do. Now, neutrophils and macrophages, we're going to keep this simple and easy and kind of stay away from some of the science stuff. Just think of these guys as your Pac-Man. Going to go in the body and eats what's ever dead, destroyed, or doesn't belong. So we really want to make sure to boost these guys up so that they can go in there and grab onto and engulf and ingest and excrete these invaders in the body. Then we have our B and T cells. So think of these guys as your soldiers. They're going to go in and fight off any invaders that try to find their way into your body. So again, really important that we can do everything in our possibility to build up the B cells and the T cells. Lastly, and this is the big daddy, is natural killer cells. So they're also known as NK cells. Think of these guys as your snipers. They're going to go in the body and find infected cells and kill it. So let's say there's an emergency going down at a public environment. You're calling the SWAT team. You want immediate action. You want all the equipment. You want them to be on the spot immediately. That's going to be your natural killer cells, where they're going to come in and destroy any sort of invaders that are, lingering or anything like that. So boosting our natural killer cells. So again, when we're referring to boosting our immunity, we're referring to those 5 cells, the amount of them, the efficacy of them, and the activities that they perform. Now, wouldn't it be nice if there was a product on the market that actually created and boosted those cells in that amount of time and making sure it can happen fast? Well, we got something in store for you. There is a product, and this is the only product on the market that can actually claim that it boosts those 5 cells and in a certain time frame. And so that is clinical immunity from Life Seasons. And so as you can see, there's 4 main products in here, and we're going to dive deep into them and who should take them and what's in them and why to take them. But if you know anything about marketing, you cannot put clinical on a bottle unless it actually has proven clinical data, clinical therapeutics, all kinds of stuff to back it up. This line does. It is absolutely incredible. You're really getting your money's worth with this stuff. So we'll dive into all of these and how to take them and why to take them. So again, clinically proven ingredients and clinically proven dosages to deliver clinical results. So the nice thing about this, when we're talking about immune system, generally in the immune department or in the immune world, you have to cycle on and off of immune supplements because there's some herbs, for instance, golden seal, that you can't take on an everyday basis. And so generally, you got to teeter on and off of it. The nice thing about this is you do not. You can take this every single day, and we'll explain why in a second. But you can take it however you want. You can take Quick Start every day. You can take Drink Mix every day, the gummies every day, ongoing support, however you want to do it. But generally, we have a protocol that we'd recommend. So for step 1, that's going to be the intense support. So that's going to be the Quick Start. When you see that red, you think emergency. It's like blaring in your face. That's what you start with. It is a 10-day intensive, meaning you're going to do that for the first 10 days. And then you're going to move over to step 2 at that daily boost. And so that's going to be your everyday formula. Now, if you want an extra dose, let's say you've already done step 1, you're on step 2, but a trip's coming up or you're about to go to an event or an expo surrounded by people, you could take the quick start, do that for 10 days, and then come back to the daily boost. And then obviously drink mix and gummies as needed. I have them every day. They are absolutely delicious, and they're not just any, cheap sugar-filled drink mix and gummy. They are phenomenal. And so stay tuned to that because we'll dive into what makes this different. So let's kind of deep dive into Quick Start and why this is such a phenomenal formula. This won Best New Supplement of the Year in 2020, and not just Best Immune Supplement, Best Supplement out of every single category. This is a rock solid formulation, award-winning. It's incredible. So if you haven't tried it yet, or if you're looking for an immune support, this is the one that you want to get on your hands. So like I mentioned, it works fast. If you remember those natural killer cells, those snipers, this is the formula that's going to boost those snipers, and within 2 hours. You have that triple action, which we mentioned, so boosting those cells, the number of them, the efficacy, and the activities that they perform. Now, we're going to go over some 3 big ingredients, but you also have the other foundational supporting ingredients: elderberry, herbals, prebiotics, vitamin D3, zinc, everything that you're already wanting from an immune product. That's just the foundation of this. That's not even like the whole kit and caboodle. What we're going to focus on is these 3 patented ingredients that are remarkable, award-winning, have multiple clinical studies on them. Now, when I do my trainings, I really try to make things as easy to understand as possible. I kind of simplify, and I wouldn't say dumb it down, but just make it absorbable. Just because I'm about to make these absorbable doesn't mean that they're simple ingredients. They are phenomenal, power-packed ingredients, award-winning. They are incredible ingredients. The fact that we have all 3 of these in one formula at the price point is unreal. So let's just dive into those. So first one we have is Epicor, and all of these are kind of, some of the most proven immune supporting ingredients. What Epicor is it's a fermented yeast. And so it actually started as a livestock product that this company was feeding to their livestock, and they noticed how healthy the cows were. And they noticed, their employees never took a sick day. And they started digging into that further. And, a few years later, it eventually became a human grade product. And so now they've done over a dozen clinical studies on it of how effective it is at boosting those natural killer cells, and within 2 hours. So those snipers in the body, Epicor is an incredible ingredient. Highly recommend getting this in your hands. Then we have Pure Whey C. And so Pure Whey C is a vitamin C. And yes, you got it. It's that liposomal form, which means it's more absorbable, more bioavailable. It's easier for our body to absorb it, assimilate, and process it. And we use 1,000 milligrams. And the nice thing with Pure Whey C is a lot of times, well, let's backtrack. A lot of times in the vitamin world, we talk about absorbability, especially when it comes to like probiotics. Like, are we absorbing that? Because it's not just what you eat or what you consume, it's what you absorb. And so although absorbability is a great topic, we want to make sure we're also talking about retainability. Are you just taking a vitamin C packet and peeing it out 2 hours later? That's expensive urine. So we want to make sure it retains. Pure Whey C is 233% more retainable in the body than any other vitamin C on the market or any other ascorbic acid on the market. So it is incredible, really potent. Sorry if you can hear the helicopters. That's LA for you. I think this morning it was police cars going by. So anyways. And then the last patented ingredient is NatureMune. And that's going to be a mushroom fatty acid complex, meaning blended mushrooms, fatty acids coming together to boost those immune cells. Maybe you've never heard of NatureMune, but maybe you've heard of AHCC, beta-glucans. It's a very similar concept and product. So again, one of the most proven immune supporting ingredients. Now, clinical immunity, this quick start is red. It's that emergency. It's blaring in your face. The difference between quick start and daily boost. So again, you think red, emergency. Well, Epicor also starts with E. So emergency and E. So the quick start, the red label is only going to have Epicor. This one will not have Epicor. And the reason being is we wanted to create a product that was affordable on a regular basis. And so Epicor is pretty expensive. It's an incredible ingredient, but we wanted to make something that is approachable for everyone. Now, if money's not an issue, I would say stick with Quick Start every single day. You don't have to do the same serving size. You can cut it down if you want, but I would personally do the Quick Start every single day. Now, you're still getting so much packed in this formulation. And the only other component of this one is the Pure Whey C, the vitamin C, is slightly less than the Quick Start. So again, Quick Start, you need that like jump, that bolt of just everything at the highest. This one is just not going to have the Epicor, which it still has everything else in there, and it is incredible daily product to take on a regular basis. So then we move over to the drink mix, and I mentioned this isn't comparable to a sugar packet with vitamin C that's sold for 69 cents. This is a supplement turned into powder form. So for those of you, Benjamin, sorry, if you can't see the video, my dog is crying. For those of you that can't do capsules for whatever reason, this is such a great resource. I dunk this into my water every single day. It's delicious. And again, you're going to have those highly absorbable, great quality therapeutic doses in here. So we have vitamin D3, zinc gluconate, which I don't know if I mentioned yet. It's the only form of zinc that has clinical research. Not to say that other forms of zinc aren't good, but it's that one that has that data to back it up. We have the Pure Whey C again, which we've mentioned, and elderberry. So the juice of over 300 berries in this. Sweetened with stevia, so no other sugar added. It can be mixed instantly into hot or cold. Now, I apologize if I'm duplicating. I've recorded this episode so many times, I can't even remember what I've said and what I haven't said. So if this is duplicated, forgive me. But when I do collagen peptides and they say that it dissolves instantly in cold water, not a chance. I bite into that. I put it in my yogurt sometimes, or sometimes in my water, and you get like a gulp of it, and you get this like gummy first taste, and then you get this like chalky, sandy feeling. To me, that doesn't dissolve instantly in cold water. This does. This elderberry drink mix absolutely does. It's something that I do every single day. It's great to take on the go, and it tastes delicious. So that's going to be the drink mix. And then lastly is we have our gummies. And very similar to everything else in this line, even though this is a gummy and more of like a sweeter, funner way of taking your supplements, it's still high quality. And most gummies, you know, I worked in vitamins, like in Whole Foods years ago, and we would hoard all the gummy samples in the back and snack on those, and you would just binge because it's like more sugar. You want more and more and more. This is delicious, but it's not sugar abundance. It's tart. You actually taste the elderberry in there. It's potent. You know you're getting a really good quality product, even though it is a gummy. And so you're good after, you know, a single serving. Again, it tastes delicious. I go for this, you know, if I want like a little bit of a sweet treat after a meal, I'll pop 3 of these. And again, you're having those same ingredients, the zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, and elderberry, the juice of over 50 berries per serving. So delicious, gelatin-free, maltodextrin-free, just really good quality in there. So I hope that was clarifying for you of what does boost my immunity mean and how do I do that? What, you know, resources are available out there that you can be taking, and you can find anything in this. Sorry, that's real life for you. You get helicopters, you get ambulances, you get dogs crying and barking, Benjamin. And, but you can find this at any of your local health food stores and retailers. And I just, you know, advise, try it out. Try it out. You will not regret it. So hopefully this was helpful. And until next time, guys, see you soon.